This is ABC 7 News at 5.
Federal investigators are now examining the Blue Line train involved in yesterday's underground derailment. And we're learning more about a special ventilation truck that responded when smoke filled the subway system and forced that evacuation. A special ventilation truck was used to help clear out the heavy smoke caused by that derailment. ABC 7's THERESA Gutierrez is live in the newsroom with that part of the story tonight. Teresa?
Well, Ron, 500,000 people ride the train daily in Chicago. Rescue teams were concerned about the passengers in the last 4 cars of the train yesterday and whether they would have the strength and stamina to evacuate and walk to safety. Rescue workers had to take everything into consideration in close, tight, confined quarters. Temperatures, smoke, but most of all, how to keep the passengers calm while trying to evacuate them from the derailed Blue Line train. Bobby Hoff, the 1st District Fire Chief with the city, was one of the first on the scene who arrived at the escape hatch at Fulton and Clinton. Their goal was to suppress the fire that was under the train and peacefully evacuate the 1,000 passengers.
There was very little panic. They did a wonderful job. Most of them self-evacuated and rescued themselves.
Did they have any idea how long, how much they were going to have to walk and how much they were going to have to move?
I'm not particularly sure they knew how far they were going to have to go. They knew they had to go a distance. Where the train was situated was approximately, I would guess, roughly 1.5 to 2 blocks from that exit that they exited out of.
The fire itself was not difficult to manage, but there was a lot of smoke that kept visibility down and made breathing difficult for the passengers to get out.
The mobile ventilation unit directly behind me has been used many times. However, yesterday was the first time that it was used twice in a day. Earlier, they used it at the Harrison Street police station. And fire officials say that it is really effective. Hoff says that in this area, the mobile ventilation unit is the only one of its kind. It's a giant fan on the back of a truck, and it creates high-pressure movement of air to displace smoke in a confined area.
One of the things that we do, we make sure that the fire is somewhat under control before we put this to work. Otherwise, we could fan the fire. But it's a very good unit for relocating smoke.
Hoff added that the fire department purchased the mobile ventilation unit 2 years ago to be used on high-rises and in confined locations.
So yesterday, we pushed air into the tunnel. That would displace the smoke where it would come out the shafts at the other end or any of the shafts, the ventilation shafts that the CTA have in place.
3 firemen were injured in yesterday's Blue Line derailment. They were taken to the hospital and treated for smoke inhalation and exhaustion. We understand that all 3 men have been released from the hospital and are now at home recuperating. Reporting from the newsroom, THERESA Gutierrez, ABC 7 News. Ron, back to you.
All right, thanks, Teresa. Stay with ABC.